Welcome to Oregon Voters Digest, the program that brings forward the social and political issues that are important to people living here in the Pacific Northwest. And now, your host, Bruce Broussard.
Welcome, folks, to this section of the segment of the Oregon Voters Digest. I mean, we're running into all kinds of things nowadays. As you know, we're right in the midst of the election process here in this new form of government for Portland, Oregon. You know, and it's very interesting. I'm learning a bunch of things, and the folks are learning. In fact, we're still learning, trying to figure out what does the new form of government look like. There are all sorts of questions and this, that, and the other. So what I'm doing, I'm making an attempt from a community television standpoint, community TV here at Open Signal, to try to educate, the voters and also the candidates. Because we almost have like an encyclopedia, a dictionary of candidates. There's going to be over, I would say almost over 100 people, about 150 people or so running. And so when you really think about it, is that every candidate's not going to be given an opportunity to get before the voting public. If you got the money, no problem. If you got the notoriety, no problem. But the bulk of the folks, in all due respect, and these are community folks, have filed to run for office. And I mean the entire representation for the city of Portland, if you will. And so the approach we're taking here at the Oregon Voters Digest at Open Signal is that we're going to give you the opportunity. We're going to try to educate you a little bit better, especially those folks who have gone through the process and filed to run for office. Very, very important piece. And we want to make sure that they do understand what the issues are and possibly solutions based on the media. In many ways, the media kind of like they've got the funds, if you will, to go out and talk to they've been covering these issues and whatever from the people's standpoint before the election. And so consequently, they've basically gone through and made some adjustments and whatever, and talked to what the issues are and what they felt the solutions are. That's what they've done. Now the idea is that one of the process during the election process, they interview these folks. And that's the key thing. They interview these folks. And a lot of times they really don't have the background that a lot of the people, the actual people who actually, normally the background in most cases is not during the election time. Mm-hmm. It's during the time of peril. And then they announce it it is before the election process, and then people say, well, gee, I'm going to respond to this piece. And then a lot of times people have other things on their mind everybody's got a different way of responding to what the issues are, and not necessarily what the media comes up with. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so it's important, in all due respect, to bring those folks on to share. But again, the other problem we have with that, the media has sort of fixed in terms of what they felt the media, what the issues are, mm-hmm. based on what their situation is. But the community person actually lives the issue, because we're districtized now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In each of these 4 districts, they're different, and they've got different situations per each. Everyone's got different, and we got 3 seats there. You know what I mean? And so people are vying for that. They've come up with the whole idea of, okay, fine, we're going to give you some monies, if you will, to be able to get your name out there and your face out there. And that's that small donor program aspect of it. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of times, a number of the people who, not all of the people are going to be able to go through the donor program.
Right.
You know, because you got folks that, in fact, they've said to me, and some of the folks have said, well, gee, Bruce, I'm just not going to do it. The pandemic thing, we're back where we were. I mean, we got dogs, we got all kinds of weird things that are happening to people, and this, that, and the other. But I've got some good ideas, which I respect that. Mm-hmm. I respect that. So how do we get these folks on too? So again, here we go again. I'm not trying to be a long-term aspect of it, but I think it's important to share this on the upfront side. And so consequently, so just keep up with us, because what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be sorting out certain candidates, if you will, that have not gone through the donors program, but have been very active in community.
Well, thank you.
Very active in community, and we're starting off right at the mayor's, right at the top of the list. And you might have seen Michael here. I've interviewed him here at the Oregon Voters Digest some years ago, if you will. But I know that he's a very active person. He's a very community person, and he basically lives the issues. There's a difference between a person living the issues and reading about the issue.
That's for sure.
And coming up with a solution, right? You got my point? And it is a difference. And so I think that the quality of the communication and the background on these issues are very important if we can be able to find someone that live the issue, and get their response to the issue. And then I just act as support of the as far as the host, if you will, just to get them to make that point, and then I may counter with some of the things that are already out there as it exists with the media. See, so now you got the full fledged of it all. So bear with us and keep up with us, and so that's why you see Michael's here. He's running for mayor. And I'm going to spend. He's going to be spending several times, because I'm going to take all of the major issues that the media have brought up with, because that's basically what the voters are going to be getting in most cases.
Well, and they live it.
And they live it. They live it. Now, but in your particular case as mayor, you're basically talking to the issues of all 4 districts. In many ways. But I'm pointing that. But from your involvement, in this, that, and the other.
What my deal is that I need to have ideas that have popular support among all the commissioners.
Right.
Okay. And depending on the issue, like the unhoused issue,
right.
The media does downtown.
Right.
Okay. But it's all over Portland.
Exactly.
So and so they will have their feelings about it, or what they want to do about it, and basically you need to, like you're mentioning, solutions. You need to come up with solutions that you can implement.
And this is Michael, by the way.
The
guy's always working. Trust me, he's working. But I want to make sure I get your name in and introduce you like I'm supposed to. Okay?
Good idea,
right,
Michael O'Callahan.
Okay,
here.
and you notice he got a sign here. He's got his promotional piece material. This is handmade, by the way. I want you to know about this guy. I mean, he does a lot of things along that line, and it's a beautiful piece. You know what I mean? He's really engaged in these issues. Keep going, Mike.
Okay, keep going now.
Yes.
Okay, well, the 6 housing ideas.
Right.
Basically, you're going to be polling all these commissioners about these ideas and what they think about them, and of course, they'll have questions, and there will be changes in the process, but hopefully, we'll be able to allow people to rent out their garages with conditions. One condition is you can't have a car. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to load up the communities with cars. And then and it's basically a landlord-tenant thing where you give a permit for a year, and you have to provide access to water, sewer, garbage, electricity.
So we could take some of those fees, if you will, from Multnomah County, because to a certain degree, you got the joint venture thing between Portland and Multnomah County. So what they would do, the owner of the home, if you will, or the landlord would be paid X number of bucks, or
no. Here's
who picks up the tab?
Here's the rent. Okay, the rent.
Where's the rent?
The rent is no more than the annual property taxes.
Annual property taxes.
The annual property taxes are about.
So you're going to give that. You're going to give that back, if you will.
No, I'm not. This doesn't involve any money from the
no
city
money at all.
No.
But what about the homeowner? They're not.
They're going to get. Well, it's just a homeowner renter thing. You got a garage in your place. Right. Get your stuff out of there.
Right.
And put it up for rent. Your average taxes are like $3,000 a year, $250 a month rent.
Okay. That's within reason. Okay.
Yeah. And so somebody comes and says, I want to rent a place. So first of all, you got to get a permit from the city that says that you're going to put this stuff in. You got to have a fire extinguisher in there, and you got to have a smoke detector in there.
Okay.
But you don't have to provide heat. Okay. But it's a shelter, and people are warm. And what I'm looking at this as is a housing solution, not necessarily the homeless solution.
Okay.
Because I got
That's
friends.
One can pay rent.
Yeah.
As opposed to the one that basically I don't have the rent.
Well, or maybe a small amount,
Okay.
you know.
But do something.
Yeah, right.
Right,
So
right.
then you know, you give them a permit, and
Right.
so then they guarantee to do this stuff,
Right.
and they rent the place out, you know, and the permit maybe costs $100, something
Right,
like that.
right, okay.
You know, and so if there are any problems between the landlord and tenant, what we can do is we can remove the permit and then remove the tenant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I have friends that have, my parents had, and that's one of the issues of having
Yeah,
apartments.
right.
is
Oh, yeah.
getting somebody out you don't want in there.
Well, you know, the thing that you mentioned is that there are many senior citizens out there, you know, that have retired. If you will,
Exactly.
and they have these homes, and like you said, they don't have cars in their garage. You got my point? But at the same time, a little income coming
There you
in,
go.
a little income helping them out would be great.
Oh, it pays their taxes.
That's right. And then the listing is sitting up at the county as
Yep.
far as the seniors are concerned. You
Yeah.
know my point? See what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yep.
And that could be part of that program.
Yep.
And in all due respect, now here we're picking taxes up right now specifically for housing.
Yeah,
And
there you
that's
go.
They don't
We
know what to
need
do with it. No, but they don't know what to do with it.
I
okay?
know.
But my point is that. But there is a pot of money there.
Right,
You
yeah.
know my point? And in some cases, maybe the majority of it could go back, if you will, to the taxpayer.
Wow, what a concept. Easy, boy. Easy.
And then maybe I said some, right?
Yeah.
And then some would go back to the taxpayers. And then when I said some go back to the taxpayer, and maybe a portion of that would still be identified, because you want to give these people, because you got two, like you said, you got the housing, and then you got the shelter, you know, the home ownership, and all these categories.
Right.
But you've got a guy here now that let's say, for instance, may not be on Social Security yet. Who needs the shelter?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
There's somebody, a working person, you know, making.
But if they're not working, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm talking about, I'm going because we have to, again, that's a good point you're raising, because we're talking about all the categories.
Right.
And each category is separate, you know what I'm saying? But my point is that there's a pot of money sitting over here that the taxpayer right now is paying for homelessness,
Right.
for houselessness,
Right.
okay, and home ownership too.
Sure.
Okay, so but that hasn't been discussed.
Yep. Yeah.
You
Oh,
understand
yeah.
what I'm saying? You got me? And that's what I mean by that is that from the voter, the person who's paying the money, they say, wait a minute, this has hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working my whole life to get this place where it's mine.
Yep.
And when I'm finding out, it's still not mine. I'm going to
That's
continue.
right.
I'm going to be
That's
paying.
right.
I'm going to be paying when I'm
Death
in the
and
grave.
taxes, brother.
I'm going to be paying when I'm in the grave. The
right.
house will be here. Someone will have to pay for it.
That's
see?
right.
But the fact of the matter is that we need to define what that money is when it comes to taxes on that house.
Yeah.
And when you got senior citizens, you know, that are living on a marginal basis, and especially now, every time something happens, you know, all of a sudden, bang, here comes a deal saying, hey, look, you got, we're gonna raise your taxes for this, that, and the other.
Sure.
And they don't
Yeah.
have that, people.
Yeah, water bills. People
Right,
talking about
yeah,
water
that's
bills.
huge.
Sure.
It's huge.
Yep.
So something should be to help. When I say seniors, I'm going to those entities that are not being considered right now.
Yep.
See, and again, that's another reason why you're here, because a lot of times we're using the word old with people, but you know, these people, I call them people with wisdom. If you will.
I call it chronologically enhanced.
You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? But still, I'm saying that one point is that we need to understand, as far as I'm concerned, we need to make sure that those people keep their homes.
Sure. Absolutely.
Keep their homes.
Yeah.
So
Another
when they-
housing idea I got
go on.
is converting office spaces to alternative housing. Okay. Now you look around, all the houses in Portland, they're built like in the 20s when
Yes.
they had 6, 8 kids. You
Right,
know,
right.
2 people are in it.
Right,
You know, so
right.
we need to redesign housing. You know, as you know, I live in a small place that's 8 by 8. I haul my own water. I use 5 gallons every 2 weeks. If people had to haul their water, they'd use 5 gallons
Now
every
that's
2
your
weeks.
property. Now.
Yeah,
That-
well,
that's-
I'm working on that. I have
you're working
claimed
on
it.
that.
I have claimed
But you've
it.
claimed it, okay?
That's
so,
right.
But that's the mindset. You've claimed something.
Yeah.
Then you're going through the process, and at the end of that cycle, you'll own it.
That's right. That's the idea.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know what I
own,
mean?
own a worthless piece of property.
No, but you own it.
Yeah,
You
right.
own it.
Yeah.
You know, so now that talks to the dream piece. You know, that this is your own piece of property.
Sure.
You're not just basically just camping there.
No,
You know,
no, it's private property.
This is private property aspect of it, and that system is there, and you were able to basically go through the process to find it.
Yep. And my alternative that I live in, 8x8, is big enough for office spaces.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, but the code says that you need an outside window. That's a, so it makes it really expensive, and you need water and sewer, and so then you have to put in all these systems.
Okay.
With alternative housing, depending on the design, you don't have to put in all these systems. Okay, we can make something that is relatively small, if you will, a studio apartment. Where you go down the corridor to use the bathroom, and you can maybe have a little stove that you cook on, and that's our community kitchen there. You work on your design.
Now you're talking about a multiplex kind of a deal, right?
Yeah, a bunch of people living in individual units where there used to be office spaces.
Would they own them, or would they just be renting them?
Well, right now it would be renting.
Because they own it. Like I say, you could condominiumize them. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be a much more complex process.
No, but still.
Yeah, it's possible.
There's home ownership there too.
Sure.
Available if one works it together.
Yeah.
Because it's already here.
Right.
Condominium.
Yeah. Oh, and the heat's already there, and the air conditioning's already there.
So there's a possibility of home ownership.
Yeah. And here's an issue that nobody's talking about, since we're talking about taxes, is the old Montgomery Ward building. It sold for 10 cents on the dollar.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yes. Okay. With all these office spaces vacant, all these office space owners, banks, are going to want no increase in property taxes and maybe want a decrease in property taxes. So if we can rent out office spaces for housing, and two conditions. One of them is that if you're a student, you get a 20% discount. The other one is if you work downtown or within a mile of the river, you get a 20% discount.
Oh, okay.
And you can't have a car.
Okay.
So the idea is to create communities downtown, walking communities of people that work downtown.
But they would still have transport, like TriMet or something like that.
Oh yeah, public transit.
The rail, the whole 9 yards, bicycles and stuff like that.
And it all links up downtown. So if they live downtown, work downtown, and saves all the air pollution that we all want to prevent. And you can have e-bikes. E-bikes are the savior, man.
Oh wow.
Oh, hey.
What's an e-bike?
An electric bike.
Electric bike. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, yeah. A third of the bikes I see on the bike trail now are electric bikes. And they don't cost that much as compared to a car. Okay. And most everybody's trip is within 5 miles. I think on something like 40-50% of the trips are within 5 miles. So hopping on an e-bike and going to the grocery store.
I'm gonna throw something out to you.
I'm
gonna throw a little curve at you.
Good.
Okay, so if we get everybody on e-bikes aspect of it, right, and then the percentage of you got cars, you still have cars, you have TriMet, motor vehicles, all that good stuff aspect of it. But now, what about now? These are individuals now, okay, got me? Do they pay taxes to maintain the?
There's some issues with
maintain the roadway and all that other good stuff.
Well,
striping and all that stuff. That's money.
That's right.
Because the guy who's got the motor vehicle is paying taxes. It's called licensing.
True. The gas tax.
DMV. Well, but then you got all
you have all the hook-ons.
Sure. What do we do about that?
Well, that's a good question. Okay. Another question I have, because I got in a bike-to-bike wreck. Okay, knocked me out, bloodied me up. Wow, nobody has any insurance. Okay, I can't get. How can I get compensated by him?
That didn't have any insurance.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, there's no bicycle insurance for when you get in a wreck.
Oh, okay.
You got car insurance, there is.
But no bicycle
No
insurance.
bicycle insurance, yeah. And I had, geez, just yesterday, man, as I was riding home, there's a narrow part of the trail. A guy came by me about 20 miles an hour and missed my steering by an inch, man.
Wow.
And
Boy, that would have really wrapped you out pretty good.
wrapped him up too.
Oh, yes.
Mess.
Well, how do we
So
do?
this
you
is an
said-
issue.
It is an issue.
Yeah, it is.
They should be carrying insurance.
real.
They should have insurance, if
Yep.
you will.
Yep.
And they should pay a few taxes, if you will, for the striping and all the other good
Well,
stuff.
they should pay,
Something.
let's say 10% on any new bikes.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Go to maintenance and upkeep, the trails and roads. That would be a reasonable thing.
But is that a one-time deal or an ongoing thing?
Oh, no. Well, every time you buy a bike, you pay 10% of what you buy it for from a shop, and, people are paying $2,000-3,000 for those bikes. So paying 20, a couple,
Okay,
$300.
that's a good start.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
A good start, because then you can evaluate what the cost is to accommodate the bike.
Yeah.
Will be striping, all that other good stuff. And, just work it out. But right now, it'll be a good deal.
It'll be a contribution.
It'll be a contribution.
Yep.
You pay that. Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay, that's a good piece.
But then some other housing ideas,
Okay, go ahead.
is to find properties that are vacant for 3 months or more, $100 a month per bedroom for a vacancy fee.
A vacancy fee.
Yeah, you either fix it up, tear it down, or sell it. Okay, and that's a place somebody could be living. Okay.
And that would be to the person who owns the
property.
Owns the property. Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
and
Keeps-
everybody
keeps
knows that-
everything clean and all that other
Yeah,
good stuff.
vacant properties
Yeah.
run down everybody's value.
You can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, oh yeah, you just have that whole piece. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so that's a pretty straight up one.
Okay. That should go to the county. Then, like you said, after a certain period of time, the county basically takes the property. Now, that's another interesting.
Oh
piece.
yeah,
They
sure.
They take the property, and then all of a sudden they sell it on the so-called the court steps, right?
Right.
You got me?
That's right.
But you got to have cash.
That's
you got to
right.
pay for it right off the bat.
That's right.
So as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't be selling that property, if you will.
Yeah.
They should be making that available, if you will. In fact, the city's got a program, Housing Authority of Portland, right? You got me? That they take in, they give them low rent, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. At some point in time, to get that flowing. So consequently, if those things becomes available at the end of that cycle for them, now they know how to keep a house, all that other good stuff, and whatever. Then they could basically go and get to the level where they're renting now a home or something. If they got family and things of that nature, they're paying rent on a home on the stuff that they just got back. Right? Got me? And then it opens up a slot for a
Right.
person to come back in. And I was talking about that some time ago, but nobody wanted to listen.
Yeah, well, and a solution that we have for our brothers and sisters that are on the street, because there's a lot of sisters
Yes.
on the street,
Right.
and it's neglectful for we to not keep them safe. Okay,
Right, exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
And there are examples, what I call villages. Okay, 25 people or more. I help start Right to Dream, as you know, down on 4th and
Right,
Burnside.
right,
It's
right.
still going on.
They're still going there?
Yeah. Oh, no, not on 4th and Burnside. It's over by Moda Center now. But it's still going
Where's
on.
Motor Center, basically?
It's been 12 years, I think, that they've been going on.
Motor Center is where? Look
Where they
approximate.
play basketball.
Oh, the Blazer, where the Blazers.
Yeah, Blazers
okay.
place.
Okay, Blazer. Okay,
Yeah.
the arena. Okay,
Right.
they got it over there now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's been still going on. Okay, and it works. And Portland State did a study that said that this is the best model. Okay. So we have self-governing camps, just like Right to Dream. Okay,
Right to Dream, yes.
and you have to do nonviolence training.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay, and you get to go in the camp, and it's the weekly meetings. Okay, and
Maintain them.
yeah.
They
Oh,
maintain
hey, you
cleanliness.
have to be responsible for all inflow and outflow.
Okay.
You have to have a community agreement that you
Okay,
keep.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
And you got to keep the area around you clean.
Okay.
There are all kinds, a number of conditions, but people, Here's what we found at Right to Dream is that people will do almost anything to be safe, because when they're out in the street, they're not safe.
That's right.
And that's not fair.
So let's say if once elected, the mayorship aspect of it, will you bring that issue to the table?
Well, yeah, but like I say, hey, look, I only vote in times of tie, okay? So my job is to get the majority, and I don't like 49-51, you know, but we have all of these commissioners out there, you know, a majority of them to agree on it.
But you can educate, just like you're sharing now.
Right, exactly.
You can educate, I mean, and hopefully educate those commissioners.
Yeah.
In the districts about this is what's available now.
Right.
Let's talk about. You can put that agenda on the table.
Yeah. Well, we can do Portland people polling.
I
told you about that.
You can do that. Yes. Okay. Good.
Now, here's what Portland people polling is.
What is that? What does that mean?
I'll run it down. Okay. What you do, Portlanders, you call in, or you email in, or you write in, whatever, and you register. Say you live in Portland. Okay. And then we have a panel set up that vets these ideas, and then they go for an e-signature. And if they get so many e-signatures.
What's an e-signature?
Electronic signature.
Okay.
Or you can call up and sign.
Okay, you make it convenient.
It's real convenient, you know. And so what happens is after it gets a number of e-signatures, then it goes for a polling. Okay, and you get notified that there's going to be a polling, and you can answer 1 for yes, 2 for no, and 3 for I want to be involved in making this happen. Okay. So if it passes by a 65-35, a vast majority, everybody who pushes the third button is notified there's going to be a function at this time in this place. So all the people that want to be involved with implementing it get together, and it's their baby.
Don't forget that the folks who are elected are supposed to be representing the people.
Well,
they were voted on, but that's why I say you're so important to it, because the fact of the matter, and that's why we're talking about it now, because we're going to have a bunch of folks being elected. And I want to make sure they understand what this process is all about.
All right, good, thank you.
They're not in control. The people are in control.
In theory.
But I'm just saying we should make sure we bring, and you could do that.
Oh yeah, I can. I can lead the way.
You have no problem with that.
Yeah, but hey, I need a bunch of people behind me. Okay, I've never done anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to try to see if we can get the viewing public routine. And in all due respect, that when we're doing what we're doing right now, hopefully you will actually take the show and send it out to the media.
There you go.
Under your name.
There we go.
He says very
That's right.
So this way,
go on my my site.
So indirectly, you're getting your interview. If you hear what I'm saying.
Right.
Not 3 minutes.
Yeah. There
if you understand what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's a very important piece. That's very important. And then the voting public needs to know that, you know, if they look at what we're doing here, it makes a whole bunch of more sense. And I'm not knocking the commercial media aspect of it, but they've got a different route. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, they need to make money, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they represent the private sector.
They represent money.
And they're part of the economic stream.
Sure.
Because people have to work, and they want people to buy their products and things like that. I understand it, but there's this other piece where the majority of the people are.
Yeah, where we have to live.
We have to live. That's the community piece, okay?
That's right.
And so we're a little different than they are, but stylistically, see, we can complement one another, and that's what we're talking about right here now. And so I think that's very important in terms of what you were saying about I'm thinking about that mayor slot now.
Oh yeah,
going to be sitting down. What about something else in regards to what you feel you're going to be bringing to the table as mayor?
Well, you know, I have ideas for clean air, you know, and ideas for clean water.
Because the other thing about the clean air piece right now on the highway, they got this deal about with the new building structure they're thinking about, and the people in the community are saying, heck no, because you're going to be bringing all this smoke and all the...
Oh, you mean the Rose Quarter expansion?
Yeah, right. They're going to be bringing all this, that, and the other. And people, the community folks, talking about their kids and all this other good stuff. What do you think about that process?
Well, I think that we were sold a long time ago is that if you build enough freeways, pretty soon everybody will be happy. And by gosh, you know what? You can't build enough freeways.
What does Mayor O'Callahan will do?
Well, hey, I ride a bicycle.
Okay.
Okay. And I think the real revolution is in e-bikes.
The e-bikes, I got you.
So I think it'd be really nice if we made it easy for e-bikes to get around, make it safe. Okay, number one, very important, but it saves everybody. Okay, saves wear and tear on the highways. People get to breathe cleaner air. They get out, they exercise. They see they don't need their car, and their car becomes very expensive, and hopefully they just dump it.
But what about transportation and bringing in products and things like that? So you don't have any problem with trucks if they were e-trucks?
Okay, here's a radical
talk to Bill.
okay?
Talk to Bill. Yeah.
Okay.
And what about the fact that we still got these oily cars that, you know what I mean?
Right.
The gasoline cars that people say, "Hey, look, I can't afford the electricity. I can't this e-bike aspect of it. Will it come to my point? Well, I can afford this situation." Talk.
Okay. Well, my hook about it, is I never gave anybody the right to dirty my air.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay. But it happens. And I have used motor vehicles, and they are okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not really against them, but they are antiquated, okay? When you see these SUVs going by, I mean, God, $40,000, $60,000, and they're massive. Yeah. You see my bicycle there, and I get around just fine in town, and so it is. It's okay, but here's one of my solutions, okay? This is what happened in, when was it, 74, when there was an oil embargo. Okay, the governor of Oregon, there were big, long lines at all the gas stations.
Right.
And the governor of Oregon said, hey, why don't we try this? On the odd days, the odd-numbered license plates get the gas.
Yeah.
On the even days, even license plates.
Right.
Okay, automatically cut the lines in half. What about, we put this on Portland People Polling.
Okay.
What about if, on the odd days, the odd-numbered license plates drive, and on the even days, the even-numbered license plates drive?
Okay.
Oh, so all the commercial vehicles get to go so much faster.
Oh. And then you got carpooling too.
Let's take half of that money that they save by being able to go faster and apply a permit to a company depending on how many vehicles they have traveling on the days when they're not supposed to. All that money goes to mass transit.
Okay.
So if you can't, if you haven't got an e-bike, maybe we could even put some of that money to buying e-bikes for people.
Well, when you think about it, seniors are cooped up in their homes a lot of times. I'm going back to senior citizen, and the fact of the matter is that what about them? Well, what about a tri-bike? I mean, why can't you have a
sure, you can have a tricycle e-bike.
And hopefully they have the appropriate lane, if you will, so wide enough to at least drive the thing for seniors, or maybe get the young fellas, the scouting or whatever other groups, if you will, to drive them.
Get outside.
Get them outside so they can go other places.
Yep. Okay. And here's something totally tangential. Okay.
Well, you're the mayor. This is what you to do.
We are a community animal.
Okay.
As human beings, I feel that you saw in COVID how difficult it was not to be with our community. Right. We're a community animal, and by me, there are only two places where you can get community. And that's bars and churches.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that, come on, how can we do something, to build little communities?
Well, we're already doing that, with all due respect, with bars.
Yeah, right. But
these guys, but they're not. I mean, early in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, I visit sites over there where I live, and just having a cup of coffee.
There you go. Coffee shops are another place.
Yeah, good coffee shop. Yeah. You don't have to have the booze.
Yeah. Oh, right. Exactly.
Because they do have just some booze places.
Right.
Guys go get that little hit, if you will. But the coffee shops are there, straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I little object with the stamp because they have these lottery machines, and that doesn't help the seniors out because they lose their money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But the bottom line is that the coffee is nice. You know what I mean? And you know, we drink coffee, we drink water too at the same time. So and it's a nice, convenient place to communicate.
Good.
Keep their brains going.
That's right. That's right.
Communicate. Newspapers are there to read if you want to.
Yep.
The price of a breakfast is far cheaper. I mean, you know, my point is that the restaurateur, the person who owns the place, understands that. You got my point? And so it's kind of neat. And then you've got, because there's several bars where I live around the place, if you will, and each have the coffee type thing.
Right.
They get up at 7 o'clock. You get it early enough so the person can come over there early and get out of there early to avoid the traffic and stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of them drive bikes.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? And so you're right. I think that's a good deal. So that's a. But here we are. We're talking about the gentleman who won. How many people are running for mayor?
I think there's like 12.
About 12. And
Something like that. Yeah.
And you're probably the only one that I know that has the kind of background that I'm talking to, or the issues. I mean the real issues. You know?
Well, something interests me is that none of them, except for Keith Wilson.
Well, Keith, yeah, he has
a solid idea. I think that you know. He has a solid idea. Okay, I haven't heard a solid idea from any other mayoral candidate, and I got a whole handful of them. You know, so.
But they have the right to file.
Certainly.
But like you
I
said,
think it's great. And talking about all these commissioners, one thing I want to say about them, you know, salt of the earth. Okay, and they will, whoever gets elected, they will represent their districts well.
Oh, they will have to. Because I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
You're not going anywhere. But that's the other thing I like the idea about your interviews, if you will. You're open. You know, you don't stop after you so-called lost. There's no such thing as lost.
Oh no.
You jumped in this thing day one. That's why I interviewed you when you first came. What, from Canada?
Alaska.
From Alaska. I mean, I thought I was excited once we met. You know, and then you told me about what you were doing in Alaska.
Sure.
It was interesting. And by the way, we're gonna at some point in time maybe you might be able to show some of the things that you were doing in Alaska, if you will, and here too in terms of i.e. the fooding, the feed, and this, that, and the other type routine.
Sure, I got a video of the salmon giveaways we did at, what was that center? I have to think of it. But anyway, just right out here on Sandy.
In Portland.
We gave away 120,000 pounds and got a short newsreel of it.
Really?
Yeah, on my website, mayormikeoc.com.
You did that.
Yeah.
You organized that, sir.
Yeah.
Now, who'd you do that with? The sports fishermen? Or
no.
Where'd you get the salmon?
We got salmon from Alaska. Yeah.
Oh, from Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, so you worked the deal with Alaska.
Well, I was. We were giving away salmon at the time.
In
we got a grant from the state.
Right.
You know, we gave away I think almost 1 million pounds that
That's
year.
in Alaska.
In Alaska, yeah. And then we decided to come down to the lower 48. And we went to Seattle.
Oh, you went to Seattle first.
Yeah, we went to Seattle, and boy, getting by their health department was something else.
Yeah, but you got it.
We gave away 2 tractors. We gave away 160,000 pounds there.
Okay. And who did you give it to?
Anybody one of our rules is you had to be breathing.
You had to be breathing.
You had to be breathing. If you weren't breathing, we're not going to give you a salmon. So you're saying if the person want to get it there, if you're a millionaire, if you're willing to stand in line, you'll get a salmon. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And same thing here.
Okay.
Man, yeah. Shriners Hospital. That's where we did it.
That's where you did it.
Shriners Hospital.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and it was fun. We did 2 different giveaways, and we have what we call Earth Angels.
Okay.
Okay. We did one giveaway, and it was. People had a real hard time parking. So anyway, some guy just comes up from out of nowhere and says, "Hey man, we do traffic control. You want some help with your next giveaway?"
Awesome.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got cones and we got flags and we got
here in Portland.
Yeah, here in Portland. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And how do you announce it? I mean, we got to start announcing. You do this are you going to be doing this again?
Giving salmon away?
Yes.
Oh no, hey man, not.
What happened?
What happened? it got political in Alaska. They didn't like.
Well, I'm talking about Portland now.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm talking about getting salmon from Alaska.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
It got political in Alaska. They didn't like it very well.
Alaska. I thought that was the United States.
Well, yeah, depends on which part of Alaska you're from.
Okay, all right. Really? Oh, I thought. I thought it was USA.
Alaskan Independence. There's a political party up there, the Alaskan Independence Party. Oh yeah.
And those are the fishermen you went to?
No. We'd been doing it for a few years, and then we got a state grant. That's what allowed us to come down here and give them away down here.
Okay. And then they saw Portland, Oregon on that stuff.
Well, hey, I was born and raised here, and out in Seattle, it was really difficult to find a place, man.
Wow.
We just did. We didn't give it away in Seattle. We gave it away in Federal Way.
Oh wow.
We got a place in Federal Way.
Well, I think that's a good idea. I mean, why can't we just can't you go through some resources here? And then you're the mayor now. I mean, and you already got the experience. And what it did.
You want me to do it?
Oh yeah, well you're the mayor, and I remember that. You got one seat. You only vote in a tie, so you're gonna have a lot of time.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's right.
Now, how many people are gonna be on your staff since we talked about this stuff?
I don't know. I haven't gotten many now. I haven't had many for years.
Wait, you're gonna have this. But all the city council folks are going to be right there near your office. They're going to be downtown, right?
Yeah, sure.
They're going to be there, so you're going to have 12 people sitting there.
Yeah, sure.
And they're all supposed to be workers, right?
Well, what do you want to talk about?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you want to do? Here, throw a few things out on the table.
That's right. Well, you'll be in command. You'll be sitting in the chair seat, right?
Well, but now you look. In command is not really appropriate when you only break tie votes.
I understand. But at least you can put the issue on the table. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, and you can talk about it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you can listen.
That's
the most important thing, I think, is to listen.
Now, will you have the capacity to be able to demand that when they come up there? You are going to be the mayor. You're going to be the chair.
Yeah, right.
And then if you got so the agenda, who fixes the agenda?
Well, that's a good question.
Well, I'm asking the person.
I would assume that the administrator that you hire does the agenda, but I'm not sure.
At the end of the day,
usually the clerk does the agenda.
But still, with the setup from here we go again to the voters. They're saying, okay, fine. The mayor should be basically chairing all the commissioners' meeting, getting together, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be coming downtown, everybody sitting at the table, and you go to discussion. So that agenda, in all due respect, should be under your deal.
Could be. I don't know. I have to check into it.
You need to check that out.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, if I get elected, I will.
Well, that's what we're trying to do here.
Oh, sure. Inform them.
And then at the same time, those individuals that are out there who are running for mayor, hopefully they've seen the show. And so I'm basically asking them the same question.
Yeah, good idea.
You see what I'm saying? Well, how do you feel, and what do you bring to the table for the viewing public, or the voter, if you will, the resident, the community, the community aspect of it. So I want the mayor to be responsible, and I want that person to be just not necessarily to vote, basically to control the agenda. Because if they want to bring something different, they got to go through a vetting program, I think, through the mayor's office.
I don't know. I'd have to find out.
Huh?
I don't know. I haven't checked that out.
That's the way we do it in the political process.
Well, it goes.
When you go to Congress and stuff, you got to go through
Congress
the chair.
And all that.
You got to go through the chair. You see?
Right.
So you're going to be the chair here. If in fact the mayor's position is going to be the chair of the commission, so they need to bring their ideas to the table to you.
Sure.
To vet.
Right.
That's what your staff's going to be doing, and then you throw it out on the table.
Sure. Well, one of the questions was, do you plan on introducing any legislation as mayor?
Right.
And so my answer to that is I would introduce a legislation in which I had majority support.
Okay.
That's my thing.
The vote is the vote.
Yeah.
Majority vote. Yeah. If it comes in the tie, you vote. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then if you, like I said, you're going to be vetting the stuff that comes to the table. So you would think that you pretty well can get some sense of what the vote may be like
Sure.
before you throw it on the table.
Well, if it comes up for a vote and it's a tie vote, I feel I really haven't done my job.
Okay.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah, but still.
hey, I'll do it.
If it's 1-0, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if it's a tie vote, you got to vote.
Oh, sure. I don't have a problem voting.
But you've already been vetting. You've been vetting the issue to begin with.
Sure.
You pretty well know where you are.
Right.
Because
sure.
you're speaking again. You're speaking to the community,
Certainly.
and they're representing different entities.
Right.
But you've got the whole picture.
Right. That's the idea.
You got my point?
Yeah.
So it would work as long as you were vetting.
Yeah.
The individual, and they should not be the individual commissioners in each of the district shouldn't be just implementing their thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to involve everybody, for that matter, because the community is going to basically talk to the issues for the whole of Portland.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so sometimes it might be a situation where they're concentrating, let's say on let's say public safety over here in District 1, and then public District 2, and then all of a sudden over here in District 4, they've got a light deal, but it's heavier in 4 than it is 2. You know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So
There's all kinds of
there's all kinds. Yeah.
Sure.
See, so some areas gonna. I think we're in a position to basically talk to all the major issues coming from different areas, because it is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sure.
then when you get, but if it's a real good idea, then all of a sudden when it's discussed at the city council, that's really vetting. That's what you would be doing.
Right.
Checking
Yep.
that stuff out.
Sure.
I mean,
Yep.
so you got quite a job. Quite a job. That's quite a job. I'm interested to see. I think you need to figure out what your staff's going to look like.
What they're going to look like.
Yeah,
huh?
what's your staff?
They'll be in shape. They'll ride bicycles. They'll be mixed male-female.
Right. Are you going to have a representative for each district?
Oh, no.
Why not?
No. Oh, hey, look, simple is best, okay? You know the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid.
I like that idea, but if I'm sitting up here in District Number 2, and I got an issue here at District Number 2, and then you're not listening to what I'm sharing with you.
No, I want to go see it.
I like that.
You got an issue. I want to go ahead.
So I'm just saying, realistically, you should have someone, a communicator, that works specifically with each of the districts.
Well, they allocate a certain amount of staff. I did notice that.
I know they had at one point they were city manager, but do we still have that city manager? They're supposed to be representing all the bureaus, right?
Yeah, the city. Yeah, I think
city manager.
Yeah, he'll be administrating all the bureaus. That's the idea.
Then, where's the other entity? Who are these other folks?
The other folks.
Well, you got the city manager. Okay, you got that person, but that's the bureau. He deals with the whole.
Yeah,
water,
he has
all
his
that
deal
stuff.
there.
Yeah, he got his deal.
You relate to him,
Right.
Right.
But the issues that we're talking about, like like public safety, like those kinds of things, the homeless issue aspect of it, the drugs thing, all those kind of deal. Each area will be represented. They got 3 commissioners there.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And they're going to be basically focusing on those issues.
Certainly.
But at some point in time, they're going to have to go before the entire body
Sure.
to share that. You're going to be vetting, if you will, what's coming out of those respective districts.
Well, I'll be talking to different.
Right.
Ideally, everybody commissioner from every district.
But at the same time, as mayor, to be able to vet, you're going to be basically kind of help them out. And the only way you can do that is to have a staff person sitting in those meetings at times. So therefore, you're vetting the whole deal.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
But it'd be interesting, because we do know that every commissioner will have one staff person.
Sure.
But I'm asking the mayor, how many staff people are you going to have?
It's budgeted.
How many?
I think that there is one office manager and there are 3 other staff. I think there's a total of 4.
Okay. From the 4.
I think so.
But you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely.
It would be better if you had a person representing your office there, at least, even just to hear as they go through that process. It would save a lot of time to deal with the issue, because if you didn't have anybody there and they basically said, okay, fine, they send you the package,
Yeah.
you got to go through that whole process of what are they saying, and you got to go and interview them, and by the time you get through going back and forth, and then the other entities are going to, then you got to make a decision, what of an impact is going to have with the other district, and what percentage of that.
Sure.
Get some idea,
well, basic communication.
Yeah, some idea in terms of what the vote might look like if you throw it on the table.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be basically identifying specifically.
Oh, well, I should know what the vote's going to look like before it
That's
goes.
right.
Of course.
That's
you know.
But I'm just saying, but all due respect, but from the viewing public, like now, we don't know that. That's the confusion. See, but that makes a lot. See, now we can say, wow, that's pretty neat. They're going to have 3 commissioners per deal. That means they're going to pick up my phone. They're going to pick up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pick up the phone, and I'm going to know who that is because they're going to have to live in my district.
Yeah, and something I would like to expand. I would like to expand the availability to communicate to the council.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
3 minutes. I mean, you know, and you go to Multnomah County and you can just sign up and talk right then.
Yeah.
And Portland City Council, you sign up a month and a half later, 2 months later.
But you're the mayor. You're going to change that, right?
Right. Well, I'll see if I can. That's, you know,
But you're the mayor. You know, you
that's,
throw it on
hey,
the
but
table.
now just a minute. Now I don't have
You're the mayor.
unlimited power, bro.
But you can throw
And
it
I'm
on
not the
table.
mayor yet.
Yeah, but you can throw it on the table.
Oh, absolutely.
And see, and then you'll know exactly what the opposition is.
Well, or you will see what people feel about it.
Right.
You know, if you have all these people sitting there and each one is going to talk 3 minutes through the whole issue, you realize how many people you got to listen to of commissioners?
Yeah. But you got 3 commissioners there. See, in all due respect, mindset-wise, you got 4 commissioners. You got 4 districts, right? You got 3 commissioners per district, right?
Right.
You can divide those into thirds, and each commissioner would have their respective third, if you will, to be able to communicate over 3 minutes with these individuals,
Yeah.
rather than just sitting 3 and just waiting for people to come to the table. No, they could be assigned to the third in each within district, with each district.
Yeah.
They will knock on their doors. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned, if they're going to if they're going to be there in that particular district, they should know everybody in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And if you divide it into thirds,
Oh, the district and the third.
thirds
you're
in the
saying.
district, and then require that each one of those commissioners knock on those doors.
Yeah.
They have, how many seniors are in that district? You know, that kind of stuff.
Right. Well,
Who
get to know
owns their
your
home?
district.
Yeah, who owns their home? How
Yeah.
many kids do they have?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the community commissioners, right? Mm-hmm. We got community policing and stuff like that. They can arrange that piece within there. It's a small district, but they got a representative now.
Yeah. Sure. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then you're the head dude sitting up there waiting because you want to vet this stuff. You want to know exactly, are they really talking to the people in those districts, or is it just a power play?
Well, you know, looking at the people, man, they're pretty genuine human beings that care. You know, they're
Which ones
pretty
you talking about?
salt of the earth. All these people that are running for commissioner. You know, I've been in groups with them, you know.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, you know, you get 20, 25 people, 30 people in a group,
Okay,
you know.
I'm gonna give you a benefit of the doubt, but
Yeah.
but my point is that, in all due respect, is that, and rightfully so, they're gonna have the time and they're gonna get paid nicely. At $100,000, they figure about $150,000.
Yeah.
Because with the overhead, you know, in that routine, that's $150,000 a crack.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's expensive.
It's
It
very
is.
very expensive. Who picks up the tab for that?
Oh, well, we all do.
No, that's
You know?
right. That's right.
Yeah.
The resident.
Yeah.
Okay, the taxpayer.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just saying that. So consequently, we don't want the representatives, if you will, dictating to the community
Oh no.
what they need to do. That's why we got to rely on the mayor to make sure we give them some direction when you're sitting up there and looking at all of them and say, look, man, by the way, I want to know what you've been doing in the 3rd district over here, John.
Well,
Bruce.
what I want to do though is I want to reduce our air pollution.
There you
okay,
go. That's good. You can.
Okay, another one of the things I want to do to reduce the air pollution is set up portable monitors.
For the monitors.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You set
do
up,
what?
To monitor vehicle traffic
Okay.
and identify the vehicles that are in non-compliance.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's pretty simple to do. They have these monitors that you can buy and set up. You can set them up by large parking garages and identify vehicles going into or coming out of a parking garage that aren't legal. I ride a bicycle. I know there are a lot of cars out there that aren't legal.
What about DEQ? Aren't we doing this in the process?
Well,
right now?
I don't know why these people escape DEQ or what the deal is, but I do know that there's a lot of them around. And so to me, that's one way to reduce air pollution. And I don't think enough credit is given to the association between air pollution and asthma.
Okay.
I think there's a direct association. And all these people that are suffering from asthma would suffer less if we had less air pollution.
Well, in all due respect, that's the relationship that you'd be having with the county, because they basically handle, if you will, the medical part of it.
That's right. And one of my things is that the county and the city need to be merged.
Okay, and you're going to be doing that. You're going to be working.
I will advocate the idea if it's not a vast majority that supports it.
Right.
I'm not going to.
At least you put it on the table.
Yeah, I'll put it on the table.
Right.
Sure.
And then basically talk to the chair of the county initially and let them know what's going down. There should be some liaison communication between the two. See, right now there's such of a divide now.
See, now in Alaska, we did that in Anchorage. Up there, they're called a borough, but down here, they're called a county. And we merged the city and the borough up there, And, when you have two entities like that, like with the homeless thing, you have two different points of view. There's obviously going to be a conflict. I mean, one point of view, there's not a conflict.
That's right.
So, it's about time that we merged them.
That's neat. Well, they've been talking about the whole idea of merging both. You got my point?
Right. Yeah.
But then it's kind of like a power-based piece.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think it should be.
Yeah.
That's something that'd be of interest. Will you share that with the community?
Oh, hey, put it on Portland People Polling.
That's right.
Now that doesn't include the county, though. That just includes Portland. But if Portland likes it 65-35, a lot of people are going to be pushing that third button.
But then you can be sharing at the same time with the county.
Right.
What you're doing and why you're doing it.
Right.
And how it would better their situation with reference to the solutions, because they are elected too.
Yep, that's right. They
work. They work.
They don't want to lose their job.
That's right. And then we're the employers.
I like your idealism.
I mean, we do it here. This is just an open process. I just got background and I've been around, so to speak.
Oh, hey, now let me throw another solution out there.
Quick. We got 2 minutes now.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Clean water. Okay.
Clean water. Oh,
Portland brags its water.
Oh my God.
I know that. I drink it. Okay. I filter it. Okay. It's got microplastics in it.
Really?
Okay. Of course it does. Microplastics is in everything.
Oh, wow.
Okay? We need to make our water pure. We need to make our air purer.
Okay. Let's talk about water.
Yeah.
We were in there with think about the kids in the schools.
Okay, here's the first thing, is that any commercial establishment that gives drinking water out needs to have it filtered.
Are they
That's
filtering
the beginning.
Are they filtering it now?
No.
They're not filtering it?
No.
Oh, gee, that needs to be on the table right away.
Okay, yeah, right. And eventually, depending on the cost, we should have filters for every human being that wants to drink water.
But what about the Bull Run thing? I mean, how much money have we spent down to the Bull Run?
The water bill, man.
Filtering that water.
I mean,
that's what the public was. That's what the viewing public and the payers, the taxpayers, were told when we put all that money into Bull Run for filtering.
Tell me about Big Dig too. Come on, the sewer bill solve all our problems.
Wow.
Oh, hey, but one thing that works is that all these little things that they're building where the water runs into, those work. Okay, it reduces the amount of water that's going through the treatment plant that doesn't need to be treated. Okay, so hey, let's emphasize solutions that work. And a big problem is the algae bloom on the Willamette River.
Interesting.
You know, that's a significant
Well, look,
thing.
we got about 35 seconds.
Okay,
we can
let's
keep. We
wrap
can
it
go
up.
on and on and on. That's why you got to come. So now I'm saying to those individuals who are running for mayor, you're invited to come. You know, just give me a call and I'll get you up there. But basically, I'm gonna ask you some serious kind of questions because the bottom line is that now we got 12. Let's see, 12. We got 13 mayors right now. You know, and I'm just picking them accordingly.
Okay.
Depending upon their background. But this has been great night. It really is. It's been really great. And the viewing, please share it with your neighbors, will you? And I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.
Okay.